Hey, welcome back. We're working with inventory and we have been talking about items. Now we are going to talk about receiving items. We've already talked about how to create it, edit it, and how to create a purchase order. And remember, we had ordered 5 screen doors. Now I want to talk about how to receive those items. So when they actually come in, how do we actually show that in QuickBooks? So we're going to follow the flow chart. We've already created a purchase order. Now we're going to receive the items. So there are a couple of ways you could go in here. As you can see from the list, you can receive inventory with a bill, or you can receive the inventory without a bill. Typically how that works is that they put a copy of your PO in there and later the bill comes in a mail. So we're going to use the bottom one, receive inventory without a bill. This actually will create an item receipt. The first thing it will ask is, who is your vendor? Go ahead and put in your vendor and it will pop up and say you have open purchase order for this vendor. Do you want to receive one or more against this order? So you have to make sure it will pop up so that you can pull from one of it. So we're going to say yes. So here it lists all of the purchase order that we have. Your job is to check off the one you want to receive against. So I just happen to know it's this one. So just check it. And you will see that at the bottom it brought in 5 screen doors. Now a couple of things just to notice it brought in the item tab, and that's what we want, because when you bring inventory in, it's an item. It brought in the quantity of 5, but let's say one was backed order, just put in 4 and it will remember the one, and you can run over the same process when the other one come. But I'm going to put all. So let's go over to the billable. Just to tell you what this means, QuickBooks has a feature where if you're trying to track the expenses you've incurred that you need to turn around and invoice your customer for, you can do that. And by the way QuickBooks knows that is by having a customer job here and making it billable. So I'll just leave that there. Notice at the bottom that I could clear the content if I want, and then I could also show the purchase order. Just click on show PO and it will take you to the purchase order. If you want to make a change to it, you could. Now I'm going to go ahead and save and close out of this, and it takes me back to my items receipt. So let's look up here on our main tab, and all this again you're familiar with. Here is your searching option right here. How you create a new item or save or delete one. You know how to create a copy or memorize it, and you can print if you want. You can attach a file or select a PO. Now this option is handy if you picked a wrong purchase order and you want to select another. You can uncheck that and check another if that was the case. I could also enter some time if I actually wanted to track the time that I worked on receiving this inventory and putting it in the back and all that. That will be put in my job costing if I wanted to use it that way. I could also clear the splits. That will just clear all the amounts I've entered between the tabs. And of course you could recalculate. As far as reports are concerned, you've got several reports that you can run that has to do with the items receipts. You can see the open purchase order details, vendor balance details, and all that. So we're just going to go ahead and save and close. Now, this is when your items have gone to your inventory. So let's go to the item list, and you notice now there are 6 screen doors right over here. So that's one way that items get into inventory. Now let's go ahead and create the bills that go with these items, because you'll have to pay it at some point. Let's go ahead. I'll see you there. Please subscribe and follow through.